Hello and very warm welcome at Amish Cycle 5858. I am Amish Cycle. Foreign news have been reported by American, European, Asian, African, Australian news channels and the news agencies. So please let's go to the headlines.
Sees World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney Plus. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney Plus every night.
Breaking tonight, the search intensifies for an American airman missing deep inside Iran, as President Trump warns Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or else. We begin tonight with that urgent search underway after an F-15 was shot down behind enemy lines. One crew member was rescued, but a second has not been found. Iran now offering a reward to its citizens of about $60,000 to anyone who captures the American. This coming just days after President Trump claimed Iran's defenses were completely non-existent. Top national security officials are huddled at the White House. The president renewing his warning to Iran, saying it has 48 hours to allow oil shipments through the Strait facility. Right. As airline hiking up fees, Amazon and other shippers are now imposing surcharges. Also tonight, they're more than way there. As Artemis 2 speeds towards the moon, its crew sends back some remarkable images of the Earth. Wildfires break out in the west, kicked up by the Santa Ana winds. Evacuations ordered with thousands of acres burned and powerful storms hit east, millions on alert tonight. We have the holiday forecast. The dangerous crash in the nation's capital. Metro bus crashed right into a restaurant, multiple injuries reported. The women's Final Four wins by UCLA and South Carolina, overshadowed by the heated confrontation between two legendary coaches. Tonight, one of them is apologizing. America's on this Saturday night, mission critical. The high-stakes race to find airmen in Iran.
This is another element of leverage for Iran.
And the U.S. president's latest timeline threat to open the Strait of Hormuz. How fallout from the Middle East is impacting a different war, as Western allies ask Ukraine to hold off on attacking Russian energy infrastructure. The one-year anniversary of a no-win situation.
In many ways, the tariffs have backfired.
The impact of U.S. auto tariffs and the uncertainty going forward. And
This contribute a little piece of Canada onto a really important space exploration mission.
the idea being planted by Canadian states orbiting the moon.
Global National. Reporting tonight, Colleen Christie.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with a race to find a missing U.S. service member in Iran. The weapons specialist who was on board a U.S. warplane that was shot down has not been located. Welcome to a brand new hour of Fox News Live. I'm Mike Cassidy in Washington. Pope Leo XIV marking his first good Mass as pontiff ahead of tomorrow's Mass from St. Peter's Square as Christians around the world are celebrating Holy Week. Coming up this hour, I will speak live with Franklin Graham on his Easter message to America and to the world. But first, a Fox News alert. President Trump is in Washington this holiday weekend as the administration monitors a search for the airman who is still missing after a U.S. fighter jet was shot down in Iran this Friday. And it comes as reports say that Trump is saying the downing of the jet will not affect negotiations with Iran as it goes on. Press hit from the White House. You normally see Alex from our foreign London now joining us in the Washington Bureau. A big welcome to you, Alex. Hi, Aisha. Thank you so much, and it is great to be with you and great to be back stateside. But right now, what we are following is this ongoing search for this U.S. service member. That search continues after Iran yesterday shot down this F-15E. U.S. troops were able to rescue that pilot. But this is the first time since 2003 that an American warplane has been shot down over enemy territory. Yesterday, a second U.S. warplane was also hit by enemy fire. U.S. officials say that the pilot was rescued after ejecting over the Persian Gulf. With the war today entering its 6th week, President Trump warning Iran about being a step yesterday.
This is Sky News. The headlines: the hunt for a US pilot missing in Iran as Donald Trump re-ups his deadline for a deal. A submachine gun, a Glock pistol, ammunition and a taser. How did officers guarding London Mayor Sadiq Khan leave this outside his home? We hear from the man who handed the weapons in.
I was like, oh my god. So I said, I pulled out the other one and it was a Glock, opened up the big bit and then the MP5 was there. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what am I going to do now?
And beyond halfway, the Artemis 2 astronauts pass another milestone in their moon mission. Hello and welcome. Eyeing the potential.
Donald Trump says Iran has 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz as reports emerge a missing American pilot has been rescued by the US. The sisters of a police officer killed by Desi Freeman to sue Victoria Police. Celebrations in full force as the Prime Minister joins a Canberra service to mark Easter Sunday. And 4 astronauts on course to fly past the moon for the first time in 50 years.
We did have our first view of the moon far side, and it was just absolutely spectacular.
Hello, welcome to ABC News. I'm Lorna Dunkley. We begin with that breaking news that the news agency Reuters reporting in the last few moments that the United States has rescued the missing US airman who was on board a fighter jet that was downed in Iran. The Reuters news agency saying that US forces secure the second crew member in Iran and that a mission was launched inside Iranian territory. And other reports on Fox News in America suggesting that the rescue team and the fighter jet pilot have now been brought out of Iran safely. That's according to 2 senior US officials. So we'll get more on that, but the operation was said to have begun early this morning, American time, and that American airman on the F-15 that was shot down yesterday in Iran.
Hello and welcome to Night Watch on France 24. I'm Charlotte Hughes and here are our top stories at this hour. Tehran rejects Donald Trump's 48-hour ultimatum to reopen the Strait of Hormuz shipping lane as, I quote, helpless and nervous. The US president had threatened that attacks on Iran would be ramped up if it does not loosen its grip on the strait or reach a peace deal. Another Israeli soldier is killed in Lebanon as fighting intensifies on the second front with the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah. The violence taking a heavy toll on civilians in the country. Authorities say at least 2 children were killed in a strike on Saturday. And as the Middle East conflict continues to disrupt global energy supplies, Sri Lanka does what it can to avoid a repeat of the country's economic collapse 4 years ago. Fuel rations and increased electricity costs are among the measures introduced by the president.
This is DW News, our top stories. Iran's military has rejected U.S. President Trump's threat to destroy the country's vital infrastructure if a peace deal is not reached within 2 days, calling it a helpless, nervous ultimatum. Trump earlier also posted a warning on his Truth social media platform saying that all hell will rain down on Iran if it doesn't open the Strait of Hormuz by Monday. Hopeless urged not to the Pope preached a message of peace to a world torn by wars. Easter is the most joyous holiday, stating what Christians believe was Jesus Christ's resurrection and triumph over death. Have been long styles and owns is and Kuwait. In oil BBC iView.
Service officer killed by Desi Freeman to sue Victoria Police. Celebrations in full force as the Prime Minister joins a Canberra service to mark Easter Sunday. And 4 astronauts on course to fly past the moon for the first time in 50 years.
We did have our first view of the moon far side, and it was just absolutely spectacular.
Hello, welcome to ABC News. I'm Lorna Dunkley. US President Donald Trump has issued a fresh ultimatum to Iran. Straight.
News.
uses the extra potential of
Thank you for watching. I'm Shakil 5858. I hope you will come again. Have a good life. Bye-bye.